doctor.
Recently, sports scientist Professor Tim Noakes and twin sisters Jax and Jean got the media, nutritionists and healthcare professionals abuzz with an informal study of two vastly different diets.
It's important from the outset to make the point this is not a hard scientific experiment that I as a scientist am running. Rather, it's an experiment to show people what can happen when they eat different diets. So what happened was Jax came to me about 3 months ago and she said, Prof, I've been told I have a high cholesterol and I want to know what's the best diet that I should be following. Should it be the so-called prudent diet, which is high in carbohydrate and low in fat, or is it one that you're proposing, which is high in fat and low in carbohydrate? And she said, I have this twin sister, and why don't we think of doing an experiment in which one of us eats the high fat diet and one of us eats the high carbohydrate diet, and let's see what the outcome is. So one of the key points about these differentiating diets is that they emphasize different measurements. So it is my opinion that what really kills you is glucose, abnormal glucose metabolism. In other words, becoming diabetic, and then that damages the arteries. That conflicts with the traditional idea that it's fat in the diet that causes your blood cholesterol to go up and that the cholesterol then causes disease. Yes, indeed, there's been a big backlash against these ideas, but that always happens when something new comes around. But the reality is this is the diet that we ate for 3.5 million years. And then it was suddenly changed in 1977 and we were told that we must eat more carbohydrate and remove fat from the diet. And so the question then is, which is the better diet? Is it the traditional diet that we ate for 3.5 million years, or is it this fad diet that we've just been on for the last 40 years?
Jax and Jean might both be lean and healthy, but they have genetically high familial cholesterol, which, aside from being a concern, makes them ideal candidates for the experiment.
Jean and I are extremely similar. I think we'd be classified in the same personality brackets, yes. But within those we're very different. So we're both extroverts. Jean will explode into a room, like that, and I'll glide in.
Really?
Yes.
No, you're right. But I must say we've had loads of fun throughout our lives, confusing people and having fun.
Lots of games. We're similar enough to be best friends, but different enough not to be too competitive with anyone.
Yeah.
It's been an ideal relationship.
It's been great being known as the Noakes twins.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a lot of media coverage and we've been able to have fun on radio shows and magazine articles.
But it's been a roller coaster, but an amazing roller coaster.
And what's really great fun is it's given Jax and I a lot of time together.
Oh, yeah, it's been a blast.
Yeah, it really has been good fun.
Exercise is a vital part of a healthy lifestyle, and for the Noakes diet, 30 to 60 minutes per day most days of the week is recommended, as it should be with every other diet too.
My goodness, that was tough. And the reason why we're doing BODYTEC is because we had to regulate our exercise as much as we regulate our diets. I run after 2 kids the whole day, so that's my cardio.
Well, and I go to gym, so what we decided was I'd do cardio about 3 times a week and Jax would just carry on running after her toddlers.
Having familial high cholesterol means the LDL, or bad cholesterol level, is above normal and a potentially dangerous cause for atherosclerosis or vascular obstruction.
A lot more people are considering following low carbohydrate diets. There's been a lot of preconception and misconceptions around the health risks associated with these diets. In general, our experience is that people are thriving on these diets. There's no loss of energy, poor bowel function, or any of the symptoms which were previously warned of, but people with a genetically high elevated cholesterol level should perhaps ask their doctors before embarking on this program.
Tim Noakes himself follows the low-carb, high-fat diet to manage his carbohydrate resistance, a condition that describes someone who is unable to take glucose out of their bloodstream and store it in muscle or the liver. While the Noakes diet may work for those who are carb resistant, it's not intended for everyone and should ideally be adopted under the supervision of a qualified dietitian.
Well, congratulations, ladies, for getting this far. It's been a fabulous experiment. Well done. But the good news is that we have some answers for you both. And Jax, you know you put on 3 kilograms, and John, you know you lost 3 kilograms. So that's exactly what we expected. The high-fat diet causes you to lose weight, which is the opposite of what people believe. I'm also glad to tell you that your blood results show that, Jax, you're slightly more diabetic. Your glucose control is not quite as good, whereas John, your glucose control has improved dramatically as a consequence of the diet. So at the moment, what's happened is you become more diabetic, and you become less diabetic. When I use the word diabetic, please understand I'm using it very liberally. You are both incredibly healthy. On these values, you're going to live a long time, and they would not worry me. However, it's very clear that you would both benefit by being on a high-fat diet, because that makes all these variables even better. And I know that you've got individual experiences that you want to share.
Yeah, so it's been an incredible journey. I think it's been harder than I thought towards the end, but that's what it was meant to be. I'm glad that there's an actual result.
Yeah.
It wasn't just an easy ride. But it's been good fun as well. Just for Jax and I to be able to do something together, and
Fantastic.
It's been good. My challenge to people out there is, if you have accepted the way you feel as normal, if you tired in afternoons and feeling a bit bloated and struggling with your weight, it could just be like me, carb intolerant, and swap to a high-fat diet and see how you go. And for those of you who are scared of fat, I was at the beginning of the project too. I've learned to love it. I've lost weight. My health has improved exponentially. So yeah, give it a try. It's worth it.
While the debate rages on around the low-carb, high-fat diet, Tim Noakes and the twins have certainly given the nation food for thought.
I want to live the best life.